Welcome, and thanks for tuning in to the latest installment of the Driftr Podcast, Flights, Miles, and Abroad, with your hosts, Brandon Boone, Kiera Sandoval, and Brian Fontenelle. Learn how to maximize points, new interesting places to explore, stories from fellow travelers, and get your travel questions answered from our weekly podcast.
And we're back.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Oh man, technology hates me, but it's okay.
We good. We here.
It's been one of those days.
But
we made it.
They couldn't hold us back though, man. The forces that be couldn't hold us back.
They couldn't. No, we too smart for that.
Right. Come on now.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
We out here.
Out here.
So what's been going on?
Man, J. Cole dropped a new album.
Yeah.
Meat
Meal free.
Meat Meal
wow.
free?
Meat Meal is
yeah.
free.
Meat Meal.
Hopefully he can shine some light on all that.
Hopefully he don't go back to jail.
On the system, right.
I hope he doesn't go back to jail.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I hope he do some great things, man.
I can't say all that, but I just hope he don't go back to jail.
Why you don't like me? He gives back to the community.
How? He
always giving back to Philly.
He's always giving back some L's too.
Come on, man. Oh, man. We ain't talking about the L's right now. I'm saying I can see him shining a lot of good positive feedback on the system and helping that, man. I believe that.
I wish nothing but success in protein shakes.
Man, chill out.
Lots of whey protein shakes. GNC approved. Nah, I'm teasing. That dude like he went in there looking like a French fry. He came out like a hamburger.
Dang,
a double cheeseburger.
He look like a fried potato. Really?
Come on now.
Nah, he
was hitting them push-ups.
Hitting them push-ups? or the tummy tucks. I'm teasing. You know I want to tease on Meat Meal, so.
Oh, man.
Nikki wasn't putting no money on them books, so he had to eat with the common folk.
Man, right. Nikki moved on. Nikki moved on, her net worth. So, another story for another day.
Come on, bro.
All right, guys, we're going to get back to the podcast. We miss y'all guys. It's been a long time since we've been able to talk, chat, be able to share travel and all kind of other things to you. And so we're looking forward to this episode. So we're going to go ahead and kick things right off. We're going to move into our first segment of the show. The portion of the show I love where we can be able to share credit card secrets, teaching you the ways that you can use your travels and purchases and other things to be able to help forward other trips, taking you to places that you've never been before, or hopefully places that you just love going back to. And so our first segment of the store, I can't even say the words today. The first segment of the show, we're going to focus on talking about credit cards. And today's credit card specifically that we're going to focus on the Citi Thank You Premier card. Now, on the last episode, we focused on the Citi Prestige card, talking to you about the most premium travel card that Citi owns. And so today we're going to take a look at the medium tier version of the Citi card.
The medium tier, is that what you said?
Medium tier. They had actually 3 different tiers of like actual travel credit cards. And specifically, we're looking at the medium tier one because we already looked at the high end one. And so we're going to go ahead and kick things off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So today is the Citi Thank You Premier. So with this card, they now offering a 50,000 bonus thank you points after you spend 4,000 purchases within the first 3 months. So those points are redeemable for at least $625 in airfare on any airline. That's pretty good. They also offers 3 times travel, including gas stations, 2 times dining entertainment, and 1 time on all other purchases. So that's not bad. It's like a good little medium tier card, and annual fee is $95 a year. I'm not sure if it's waived the first year or not, though.
And the annual fee is not waived the first year, so you're still looking at having to pay the annual fee. But let's talk about this card, right? So you're getting that double points on the dining out. So if you're going out and hang friends and doing happy hour or going out for dinners, definitely a card you want to put these on. And then also travel, including gas stations. hopefully in places where you have a car, that's included. Travel when it comes to Citi is not as probably as loose as a return as it is in Chase, but maybe not as strict as it is with American Express. So you're looking at somewhere in that mid-range where you might be able to get parking and those other kind of items, including in that travel, including gas stations.
Those gas stations clutch though, especially with these prices right now.
Definitely with these gas prices. So definitely a card that you want to take out for some of those kind of like everyday spendings, especially when it comes to kind of your other kind of travels. It also has a low annual fee. So you're looking at something that could probably rival a Chase Sapphire preferred card. So $95 annual fee, similar to the same as the Chase Sapphire preferred. You get those 3x travel points, 2x on dining, is definitely a card that you might want to consider. And then also with Citi, you're looking at a card that already has probably about 14, 15 different travel partners. Yep. You also get redemptions on higher redemptions on American Airlines flights. So if you're an American Airlines flyer, definitely a card you want to look at.
Yep. And the fee actually is waived for the first year.
Yep. Missed that on the first time.
Hey. Really?
So that's good. It might be a good little card. Hold on now.
It might be. Just might be.
Check out this Citi.
Tickets, I'm down.
Right.
Yeah. And then also, when it comes to Citi, one of the things that people love is the Citi Price Rewind. Basically, you buy something, and if you find a lower price within 60 days, they're going to refund you back the difference. So definitely helps. And then no international fees when it comes to the card. So that also helps too if you're traveling. And it's also a MasterCard. So you're thinking about it being able to be seen in more places than probably some of your other cards like American Express. So definitely has some good offers on it.
Do either you have a Citi card?
No, not yet.
I thought about it.
I don't know. I've been looking at it, especially this one. It's pretty decent. Mm-hmm. Got some decent travel partners too.
Like True Blue with JetBlue, Virgin Atlantic Flying Club,
Singapore
Airlines. Hey, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that Chris Flyer.
Chris Fly?
Them always can be handy, especially once you get over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good little card. So I've been considering adding Citi to my lineup. Just haven't figured out exactly where and when I'll actually do that. So we'll see. Time will tell.
I would definitely get the Citi card for the
tickets.
Pre-sale codes.
Yeah. Somebody was going in our travel channel asking on every single channel about the Citi tickets for Lauryn Hill?
Yep, for Lauryn Hill tickets.
I don't think nobody responded. Because nobody had a Citi card.
Right.
So definitely something to put on your radar when you're looking at your travel strategy, especially if you're looking at points diversification. So,
people seem to sleep on Citi.
Yeah, I have been. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I was looking at the Prestige card before until they took away some of those benefits, and I think they actually boosted some of these benefits with Thank You cards. So you know what, is coming a little bit back on my radar. So we'll see. We shall see.
Bam.
All right. So we just got done talking about your Citi Thank You. I always mess this one up. Citi Thank You Premier card. So definitely your mid-tier card, kind of going against some of those Chase Sapphire preferred cards, but also anything like an American Express gold card. So you definitely got something within the Citi range that kind of offers those benefits, getting those points and those points that you need so that you can be able to travel the world. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section of our show. The next section, we're going to focus on traveling, going somewhere you've never been. Or if you have been, we're going to go help you reminisce. So for today's section of the show, Snack Attack, tell us where we're going to.
Today we're going to South America, and we're going to the capital of Peru, which is Lima. Woo-hoo. So Lima is actually on the west coast of Peru, down in South America. It's under the equator, and it's actually the capital city of Peru, like I mentioned earlier, and it's actually right on the Pacific Ocean. So you're right on the water there. So a couple things that I found out about Lima. Lima is actually known for its fine dining, and is actually one of the dominant cities for fine dining in South America. I didn't know that. That was actually interesting to me. So they have a couple of different delicacies in Lima, and that include snails, so you can pay lots of money to get fancy snails. You can also get something called Q or QE. I can't pronounce it. CUI, which is actually guinea pigs. I don't know if I want to eat a guinea pig, but that's pretty popular down there.
Is it fried?
With a biscuit, yes.
What a biscuit.
Hey.
And then you can get alpaca. So I thought alpaca, you just go down there and get the wool and the nice rugs and sweaters. But yeah, people eat alpaca. And also there's another thing called lucama, which I saw all over the internet. Give me 1 second. I can tell you exactly what it is. Forgot to write that down. Lucama is... It's not pulling up because I can't type. Oh, lucama is actually a fruit that was known to the Incans, and it's like a super fruit, and it's basically, it has beta carotene, iron, zinc, vitamin B3, and it's actually very, very sweet. So, and they make a lot of pastries and delicacies, like desserts with lucama. So you want to try all of that when you go to Lima. The next thing that people do when they're out there, they do a lot of paragliding. So I guess paragliding is very, very popular there in Lima. Mm-hmm. And you can do it. You can basically paraglide all over the city. So if you live in DC area like I do, you basically can't fly any of your what are those things called? The droids, the cameras, the drones. You can't fly the drones like in DC, like the FAA prohibits it. But I guess you can't paraglide, of course. And like if you're gonna fly your kite or whatever, it's just like around the monument. But that's about it. But you can basically paraglide all around the city in Lima, and there's a lot of companies out there that will help you paraglide around the city. But one company that I saw that seems is one of the top companies for paragliding is Aero Extreme. So you want to check them out if you want to go paragliding. I actually would try that. I wanted to do it in Brazil, but I didn't get a chance to. So if anyone's done paragliding in Peru, let me know.
That's dope.
So another thing you can do if you're really into a lot of festivals and music, the band scene is really, really big in Lima. So they have a lot of late night concerts, and one of the big bands is a local band. It's called Dengue. They're a really big band down there, and they have lots of concerts. So they do concerts all over the city. So people like line up to see them all over the place. So you can go check them out. They do like EDM dance music, if you're into that. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing, which I thought was interesting because I didn't know this, was ceviche is really, really big in Lima. Mm-hmm. And if you're not familiar, ceviche is basically kind of like raw fish or seafood with like a lime juice and vinegar, and they have like different types of seasonings and sauces that you can go with it. But instead of going to like a fine dining place to eat ceviche, apparently the best places to eat ceviche are all of the hole in the wall places down in Lima, which is kind of scary because I'd be afraid to kind of eat the raw fish in the hole in the wall because you don't know how cold it is. But apparently those are the best places. So if you go down to Lima, you want to get all your fancy food done in the restaurants and eat all your snail and your alpaca, but you want to eat your ceviche in the hole in the wall places and all the carts on the streets. That's it.
What?
That's all I got.
Man, I went to Lima and I had a blast. Definitely EDM music was everywhere, but definitely the food was amazing. Fine dining. They had a lot of shopping too. You can go right to see the Pacific Ocean. Can't really get in the water. It's not like a beach city, so definitely was thrown off by it. But it's like a nice little cliff. But you can tell the different districts, like where the like kind of rich are at, and then you can tell where the non-rich are at.
Yeah,
that sounds dope. I love South America.
Yeah, it was super dope. Like I had a good
ceviche?
time. Nah, I didn't get to try ceviche, but I tried some other dishes that they had.
You tried that guinea pig?
Nah, I didn't try the guinea pig though.
You didn't get the fried guinea pig sandwich?
Extra sauce.
I wasn't that adventurous that time. Oh. So, yeah.
You got the alpaca sandwich though, right? With the Wonder Bread.
I got a lot of things I couldn't pronounce. Let's put it like that. So, but no, definitely had a great time, and the people there are so hospitable. Like they were very, very, very nice people. Wanted to get talk, get to know. I didn't find it very hard for me to be able to kind of get around. So, yeah, definitely was excited. It was a good place.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to check that out when I see another deal.
Yeah, definitely trying to go back.
So we have Argentina on the list and Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially going to Machu Picchu. So a lot of people talk about going to Machu Picchu. That is like a 3-day ordeal. you basically you go into Lima. Lima is actually probably about a 10-hour bus ride from a city called Cusco, Cusco, and then once you're there, then you're in the town, like the village that's like right next to the actual like the town and village was right next to actual Machu Picchu. Then it's actually a trail to get up to the mountain point, the vantage point where everybody takes their picture that you keep seeing like on social media. And so that takes somewhere about 10 hours. You got to take some stops in the way. You can take a bus up there. And if you take the bus, it's like, or a train ride, I think up, it's still like 7 hours. But a lot of people like going on the actual trail. That it can either be like a 10-hour expedition. So you're looking at something that's like at least 2 days on minimum, but max like maybe 4 days of walking, sitting up, camping, and such like that. So.
And then how long do people stay at Machu Picchu?
I mean, like I said, they're in the neighboring town, so the Machu Picchu is just like at this mountain top. So. Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah. So once you kind of get down there, you're just like, all right, ready to come back down. So.
Interesting.
It's all on you, boo boo. All on you.
Whatever you want.
So you need like a week and a half or something to go down there and then go to Machu Picchu?
Yeah, basically. I was on like a 3 or 4 day trip, so, and I didn't do my research beforehand like that about Machu Picchu. I just figured I could wing it because I was trying to be spontaneous on this trip. Some trips I plan, some trips I just want to be spontaneous. Like, all right, I'm gonna get into whatever I figure out when I get there. Figured out I couldn't do it in that time, so figured that one out real quick. I was like, dang, I was so sad.
Next time
though, gotta go back, man. Gotta go back. But no, the food was good. The people were good. I came back from the trip, man. I started sleeping so much better. I think it was because of the air quality or something. Who knows? Couldn't tell you.
Are you in the mountains down there, right? Well, yeah, you are. I guess if you're doing paragliding, there's some mountains. Okay.
Definitely, like, all my headaches went away, too. Like, it was a blessing. Blessings
on blessings on blessings.
Yeah, so definitely recommend going to it. Definitely recommend it.
Every week, the Driftr Podcast features dialogue and stories from our travel community. Real stories from real travelers. If you want to join our travel community, please visit signup.driftertravels.com. Have a question about the podcast? Want to submit a question of the day or a topic for consideration? Send an email to podcastinquiry@driftertravels.com. We would love to connect with you.
All right. So we just wrapped up an amazing explanation of a trip thanks to Snack Attack of going to Lima, Peru. So now we've talked about credit cards. We're talking about places where we're going to go. Y'all know what's up and y'all know what's next. We're going to talk about our roundtable discussion. We're going to discuss topics that are important to you as a savvy traveler, or those who are just trying to get into the travel game. We're going to discuss things that are very important to you so that you can be more prepared on your next trip. So for today, for our roundtable discussion, we're going to discuss a topic that's near and dear to our hearts. And for today, that topic is health concerns and considerations when you're traveling to a new place.
Bam.
So Brandon can tell you the backstory, I think, where we got this question from.
A little backstory. So shout out to my friends, Oski and Brittany.
Shout out.
Oh, yeah. They was at Coachella this weekend. And they had an awesome time, of course.
It was a Coachella or Baychella?
Oh, Baychella, my bad.
Gotta get that correction.
Right. But they texted me and was like, man, y'all still cover this topic? Because I guess they didn't really research so it was super hot for one, they told me. And then second, there was so much dust out there that they almost got sick from it. Like, I guess the asthma attack and the breathing and the inhaling. So that was really bad out there. They didn't research that beforehand. So that could have made their trip a lot better. So,
well, that's what happens when you bring Beyonce to Baychella. You know, all kind of weird things happen, like the weather changes. You know what I'm saying? Fairy dust pops down. Tornadoes happen. You know, because Bay touched down, didn't she?
Right. So you should definitely be more mindful of your environment that you're traveling to. So just a kind of heads up on. It's a good discussing topic.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that. Going to a new country, going to a new place. Just what is y'all's kind of regimen and checking on the health concerns? Like, what kind of things did y'all do?
That I really need to do more of. I don't really do too much, but I kind of look at like the safety precautions, I guess, of that city, especially if it's like a city that's not normally traveled to, like Colombia or Bogota, something like that. I really try to do my research, but I guess even when you go into Coachella, you need to research as well because you never know. So that's something I need to do better with myself.
What about you, Snack Attack?
I was actually thinking the same thing that Brandon just said. So when I went to Cape Town, I didn't even think anything about getting shots or anything like that. But someone was asking in some group, oh, who got, what shots did you get to go to South Africa? And I was like, I didn't get any shots to go to South Africa. So I guess I might need to look into that more. When I was younger, I would look everything up and I would go get every shot and blah, 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 blah. But I guess over time, I just got a little lax on it. So I guess it also depends on where I'm going to. So I guess I never really heard about anybody getting sick or needing shots or anything to go to South Africa. But I definitely know like West Africa, you need shots and yellow fever card and all the other stuff. So, but I need to do better.
Definitely.
So, yeah, but I think most people don't know that Coachella is in the desert. So like
Right.
I think you fly to like Palm Springs or something like that. And you got to drive a couple hours from there. So I think a lot of people think it's just like kind of outside of LA. So you definitely need to do like a little research to find out what you're getting into.
Right. That's the key. You
Yeah.
should know what you're getting into, no matter
Yeah.
where you go.
Yeah. Same thing with like Cuba. Like everyone I know, well, I think the Cuba phase is past for most people, but everyone that was going to Cuba after we went, I just told everybody, watch the water, watch what you're eating, because by the end of my trip, my stomach, I wasn't like sick, but I was just like a little off. So, and then my cousin went, and some of the people on her trip end up getting, what's the stuff that old people get? Hep C. Some people end up getting hepatitis C.
Oh.
Yeah, and she went with like a big university on her trip. So I just, you gotta definitely read up on stuff like that and take precautions.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the same thing for Mexico. During my wedding, a few people got not like super sick, but like their stomach was off. So definitely have to be prepared. But you can definitely go to the doctor beforehand, just get like some pills for that, and it would pretty much help that, at least help prevent it. So yeah, definitely knowing what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, when it comes to any kind of trips, I'm always looking at the weather first to understand like the weather changes. I think that plays a part into it. You don't want to go out somewhere, get rained on and something like that, and you just didn't prepare for clothing,
right,
and then you get sick because they got the weather change. Your AC turned up or something turned down, or you don't have the basic things you need to like dry off or all that. Weather plays a big portion for me. The other piece I checked the what's that thing called where you can go on, not CDC, but you can see like when you're checking like for your passport,
like travel.gov.
Yeah, travel.gov, and they kind of tell you what kind of shots, or Department of Homeland Security.
Oh yeah.
So definitely will kind of let you know, hey, these are the kind of things you need to take shots for, or any kind of medical outbreaks. And then also with inside Driftr Travels in our Slack community, we have a channel that posts any kind of considerations for like health concerns that happen in a certain region. So that's another place to go look at as well too, so that you can be able to kind of get updates on, like for instance, if they had a West Nile breakout in the place you're going to, you need to pay attention to those kind of things.
Oh yeah. And then I guess you should also think about, of course, the health benefits, but some of the other stuff that you may not think about. Because even when we went to Denver and we went skiing, when we got there, we was asking people like, hey, what kind of clothes we need for, to go skiing or whatever. But then they was like, hey, make sure you take some aspirin and stuff, just because the altitude's so high and people get altitude sickness. So we're like, dang, we didn't even think about that. So
yeah.
We have to definitely try to think outside the box than the normal health concerns, but also think about those things that you might not think about.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I went to Colorado, I passed out after going to Pikes Peak.
The elevation.
Elevation got to me.
See,
I couldn't even breathe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, definitely things to consider more than anything.
But I guess it's good to talk to people about where you're going, because everyone's experience is different. Because I definitely didn't think anything about taking aspirin when you're going to higher altitude. So now I know. So
right, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta take the time to start looking up stuff, because the last couple
For
trips,
sure.
I didn't even think anything of it.
I got lazy too.
Yeah.
Like you said, I used to look up like everything, but now it's like, I guess when you get used to traveling so much, it's like whatever. It's like,
Right.
but you definitely
You know what I
don't-
can deal with?
right?
You know what I've been through? You know what I've been through?
But you definitely don't want to ruin your trip over something that could have been prevented.
Yeah.
Right. Like going to Cuba with cash and with credit cards and no cash.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now.
That was the
Please
biggest.
don't bring that.
That was the biggest L since make me going to jail.
Shade.
Yes. So
Yeah.
know where you going.
I read it online somewhere where it said he has credit cards. I'm like,
Right.
where?
Come on, man. Know where you going. Know your environment. Check the weather. Check the health and check outside the box on certain stuff. Ask around, man. Ask people.
Ask your friends.
For sure.
Somebody knows out there.
Right. And join the Driftr Travels group.
Of course, because we're going to inform you. You ask a question, you're going to get the answer.
For sure.
Maybe not about where to find Lauryn Hill, but you're going to get some answers about some other trips, some places that you want to go.
Oh, yeah.
What
hope
to do
somebody
and what not
responds.
to do, you will definitely get an
Yeah.
answer.
And everybody's really good about that in the chat, too. I've seen it. Like somebody says, hey, anybody been here? I see like 4 or 5 responses come back.
Yeah.
People give suggestions, those things. So definitely a thing you need to check out. If you haven't already, go to driftertravels.com. That's DRIFTR, no E, DRIFTR, travels, with an S, DRAVETRAVELS.com. Questionable spelling. Questionable spelling. But it still worked, though.
Oh, man.
I just had a hooked on phonics moment. I was like, what?
You lost me, bro.
Man, this new feedback in the headphones got me thrown off. I ain't used to hearing myself. It's like when you go in the club and they sing INDEPENDENT. You're like, wait. Somebody put 2 P's in there?
So silly, bro.
All right, y'all. It's been cool hanging out with y'all. We hope that you enjoyed the episode and you can at least spell Driftr Travels better than I can. Until next time, we definitely hope that you enjoyed whatever kind of trips, travels, places that you're going to. And definitely hope you enjoyed tuning into the podcast. Make sure you leave reviews. Help us reach more people. We want to be able to share the world and the travel stories and the travel insights and knowledge to as many people as we can because we want you to see the world. So to do that, please go to driftertravels.com. Tell your friends about driftertravels.com. Leave comments for us on our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, TuneIn Radio. I'm missing a whole bunch. YouTube. What's that? I'm missing. What's the other one? You can find us a lot of places. So go to driftertravels.com. Make sure to click on Slack. Join our Slack community. Want to be able to give you those flight deals, other kind of information, but also be able to give you people that you can talk to and interact with travelers from all over the world. So definitely wanted to thank you for tuning into the podcast. Hope to hear you next time. And until then, this is one of your co-hosts signing out, Brian Fontenot.
Brandon Boone.
And Kiera Sandoval.
And we out.
Have a good week, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Driftr Podcast, Flights, Miles, and Abroad. Enjoyed the show? Make sure you review us on iTunes. Share the podcast on social media with your friends, family, and fellow travelers. Want to be featured on our podcast or have a question about travel you need answered? Visit driftertravels.com/podcast to learn more and to be a part of our show. Be on the lookout for our next episode. Until next time, Driftr family, travel safe.